You did it. You built the foundation of your business. The triangle is built. The operational systems are running. The reporting is in place. And maybe for the first time since you started this business, you can actually see what is happening inside of it. This is huge. This is the result of some real, unglamorous, nobody is watching work, and you better own that. Now I need to tell you something very important. That was only Act 1. And now it's time for Act 2. Here is the part that catches most owners off guard. Finishing the foundation doesn't mean that the work is done. It means you can finally see clearly enough to know what comes next. Your sales process is likely still being pieced together differently every single time. Your follow-up emails are still living in your head. Your website still says what your business used to be, not what it actually is today. And if you bring someone in to help you right now, you would spend more time explaining your process than they would spend actually doing the work. The foundation you built handles the operational middle of your business. From the front end, the way clients find you, the way you sell, the way you move them from inquiry to signed contract, that is still running on instinct and improvisation. And instinct does not scale. There is a reason franchises work. It's not because the product is always the best in the category. It is because every location runs off of the same operational machine. The same training, the same process, the same documented steps that produce the same results, whether the owner is in the building or not. The machine is the asset, not the talent. You are building that machine. And right now, every time you sit down and manually retype the same follow-up email, every time you reconstruct a proposal from memory, every time you walk someone through the same steps because nothing is written down, you are spending high-level creative energy on problems that should already be solved. That energy has a cost. It is the cost of every decision you did not make, every strategy you did not think through, every creative problem you didn't have the bandwidth to solve because the logistics used up the space first. Documented systems don't just increase efficiency. They return your brain to you. And your brain fully present and focused on what only you can do is the most valuable asset in this business. I want to tell you what it actually felt like the first time a new team member came on and I didn't have to stop everything just to train them. 2 weeks in, they were operating at a level that used to take months to reach. Not because they were extraordinary, but because the documentation was. The process was written, the expectations were clear, the machine was ready for them before they even walked in. I sat back at the end of that second week and I thought to myself, this is what all of that hard work was for. Not for anyone on the outside to see, not for a client to compliment. It was for that moment where the business could absorb a new person and keep moving without me becoming a full-time trainer all over again and again. Bringing someone in without that documentation is not onboarding. It's hoping, and hope is not a system. So here's what the next phase actually looks like. The immediate focus after the foundation is your sales flow. Document every step from first contact to signed contract and build the assets that support it. A discovery questionnaire, a follow-up email template, an informational document your client can take home and review with whoever needs to be a part of the decision. A welcome consequence when they book. Every single touch point written, saved, and ready. No more building it from scratch. Same wheel every time. From there, the conversation becomes whether or not you use technology to automate the flow. The answer depends entirely on where you are in the journey. If the process logic is documented and working, automation is your next investment. Connecting your intake, your emails, your scheduling, and your website into one integrated system that runs without you manually triggering each step. This is not overhead. At the right volume, it's survival. After the sales process is complete, it's time to work on the website. Not before, because your website needs to reflect what you are actually selling today, not what you were selling when you first built it. Get the positioning right first, then update the window display. And then you enter what I call the third act, the forever act, the balancing act between the two things that will never stop competing for your time and your budget. Marketing and system of procedures. Marketing needs consistency or the pipeline dries up. Systems need development or the business cannot grow past you. Your job in the third act is not just to choose one. Your job is to read the data, understand what the business needs most right now, and manage the balance with intention. So here's your challenge for this episode. I want you to map your current sales flow from first contact to signed contract. Not the version you wish existed, the version that is actually happening right now. Write down every single step. Then find the one place where you are still winging it, still retyping something from scratch, still relying on memory instead of a documented asset. Build that one asset this week. One email template, one questionnaire, one follow-up document, just one. Because that is how the wheel gets built. Not all at once, but one piece at a time, until one day you look up and realize the whole thing runs without you holding it together. The third act is where it gets fun. Not easier, but fun. There is a difference. When you have your reports running and a team operating inside systems you built, when you can open a dashboard and actually know what is happening in your business without having to ask anyone, the feelings change. You stop reacting and you start leading. You stop feeling your way through the dark and you start making decisions based off of real information. In the first act, you are surviving. In the second act, you are building. And in the third act, you are growing. And that data will show you exactly where you are, exactly what is working, and exactly where you need to put your energy next. Get obsessed with the data, not because it's glamorous, but because it is honest. It will tell you the truth about your business when your emotions want to maybe tell you a different story. Trust the numbers, build the system, stay in the game. Keep designing, keep dreaming, and you freaking got this.